Hi all and welcome to a short video on basic prepositions of place. This video focuses on how to use the prepositions in, on and at. To start with, we'll cover some rules about usage, then there's an exercise to help you practice at the end. So without further ado, let's review the table we can see here. First column is at. So we can use at with specific places. At John's house, at the new McDonald's. We can also use at with public places and shops, at Target, at the supermarket, at the mall. We can use at with addresses, at 10 Downing Street, at 31 Spooner Street. We can use at with events, at the Super Bowl, at the Olympics, and we can use at with specific points in space, at the bottom of the page, at the back of the book, at the bottom of the garden. Let's have a look at the next column now, in. We can use in with geographical regions, in France, in the Sahara Desert, in Africa. We can use in with states, cities, towns and larger areas, in California, in Denver, in Burnley, in the wilderness, in Siberia. We can use in with places that surround someone physically when you feel enclosed by something. Perhaps it has a wall or a door, or perhaps it's more abstract. In the office, in the building, in the forest, in the canyon, or in the sea. Objects that contain something, in my pocket, in the bag, in the fridge, in the box. And the contents of liquids, in the soup, in the coffee, in the sauce. Finally, we've got on. So in this column, we've got roads or streets, on Broadway, on the Champs-Élysées, on Reformer, on Hollywood Boulevard, all famous streets or roads around the world. Linear places, things that are in a line, so on the coast, on the riverbank, on the seafront, on the shore, on the path. Finally, we've got surfaces, things that tend to be flat, on the table, on the breakfast bar, on the screen, on the wall, or on the floor. So that's the material and the rules covered. Now let's put it to practice. Okay, so some quick instructions. Decide which preposition is appropriate and complete the sentence. Use the rules previously provided about usage of prepositions. You're going to have approximately 5 seconds for each slide. Also, pay attention to the visual cues from the image or photo provided. They will give you a steer on the answer. Occasionally, cars are not allowed something the Champs-Élysées. Occasionally, cars are not allowed on the Champs-Élysées. The Champs-Élysées is a very famous street in Paris, so we use on. Terry's office is something the downtown. Terry's office is in the downtown. So this is a larger area, isn't it? The downtown is a part of a city. So it's a larger area. The assistant referee is stood something the touchline. The assistant referee stood on the touchline. The touchline is a linear place. Perhaps we'll see them something the kite festival. Perhaps we'll see them at the kite festival. We should use at because the kite festival is a type of event. Foot something icy water to stop the swelling. Put your foot in icy water to stop the swelling. Here we're talking about the contents of a liquid, so we use in. Let's meet something the Spanish Steps. Let's meet at the Spanish Steps. The Spanish Steps is a specific place in Rome, so we use at. The kids are something the maze. The kids are in the maze. So a maze is something that surrounds us physically. So we use in. Shane works something McDonald's. Shane works at McDonald's. McDonald's is a public place or a shop, so we use at. They've parked their bike something the pavement. How inconsiderate. They parked their bike on the pavement. How inconsiderate. The pavement is a surface, so we use on. The old lady who lives something number 38 has been taken to hospital. The old lady who lives at number 38 has been taken to hospital. Number 38 is an address, so we use at. Always put litter something the bin. Always put litter in the bin. The bin is an object and it contains litter, so we use in. There's a tap, something the back. Can you turn it? There's a tap at the back. Can you turn it? Here we're talking about a very specific point in space, so we should use at as the preposition. Roberto and his family live something Tuscany. Roberto and his family live in Tuscany. Tuscany is a geographical region of Italy.